Hello, hello. I'm not sure if Aditi and Norma are finished. Let me just, you guys are going to have to see me using my mouse because now I'm full screen. And I know what I've got here is kind of hard to see. Hey, Nicole, I'm late. Late? Really? Hello again. No, it's early here. I don't know if you're saying I'm late because I pressed the button late, or I'm late because it's late for you. It's 8 a.m. in the morning here. Hey, Nelly. Hey, Nikki. How's your nutless cat? You had me in stitches yesterday, Nikki, with your nutectomy. If anybody doesn't follow Nikki, Disorganized Crafter, she has a kitten and it is particularly busy. It has taken over the house. The poor dogs are like, clearly, what's the word I'm looking for? Second in command now. It's taken over one of the dog's beds. It has learned how to turn on taps and drink water out the tap, which is a little concerning because, yes, if you're not home, Nikki, you could have one hell of a water bill. I hope it hasn't learned to close the plug because that could get really interesting. Clever cat. Anyway, so, hey. Oh, thanks, Blanche. Hi, Karen. You've been canned? No, that's not allowed. Karen, you have done the most amazing job the whole 24 hours. I know you've taken breaks. Karen has been an absolute stalwart behind the scenes for us the last 24 hours. So after me is Samantha, and then it's David, and then we are done. We have done a 24-hour stream. My mod is, that's a very good question. She's probably gone to sleep. Okay, I'll see if I can go into YouTube and do it because I can't see. Oh, my mom's awake. That's early. Morning, Mom. She must have heard the coffee machine. Because I've got, in case you haven't noticed, I've got 2 coffees stacked here. I'm not a morning person. Okay, let me see, Nicole. I don't know if I can do it in StreamYard. No. I think I have to be in YouTube to make you a mod. Help. Good morning, Kiwi girl. Okay, give me a second, guys, while I go across to YouTube and just try and see if I can make someone a mod. I hope you don't get. Yep. Okay. Let's make. I think I can make Karen. Add moderator. I will make Nicole. I'm gonna make you a moderator because I can see you on my screen. Thanks, guys. Yeah, because I think Olga's in bed. Right, let's kill YouTube on this screen and go back to what I can see I'm doing. Yay! Thanks, guys. Hey, DT. Right, okay. Technical stuff done. Right, I have decided to make the cover of one of my journals. So I know it's very hard to see at the moment, and if I turn on lights, extra lights, it's even worse. But basically, this is one of my art journals that I'm going to do a quick flip through. Let's see if I can get better light. Let's see if that helps. Turning it on. No, that makes it worse. It's better color with art. Okay, so this is a page I did. These are Olga stamps, some Timmy stuff, more of Olga stamps. The color is a lot richer in real life, and I've got some mica powder on here so you can see it as I move it. More of Olga's stamps and stencils from when she was with All and Create. So, and a mixture of some, I like to mix stuff. So this is some Stamperia. I think this is a Tracy stamp, and I also like, you can see the art is shiny. I like to use some powder, embossing powder. I love using layers, building layers. This was using a whole lot of Tim Holtz stuff on top of all sorts of old book paper and some of my granny's this sort of brownie paper in the background is some of my granny's and all my mom's, I'm not sure whose, patterns, you know, the good old, that's one I haven't finished, it's still going. I have lots and lots and lots of different pages that I have done in here. Some of them, like this one, is where I have sprayed through stencils and then I have sprayed them with water and then blotted them so they're backwards, the wording is backwards. And then I just finished them off again where I was cleaning a stencil here where I used a fairy on the project for something else and then just clean my stencils. This is one I did as a live. This is using iCraft stencils, back to Olga's stamps. These are Luma Pink. These are actually the color of my hair. Then some more Stamperia, playing with different stamps and some, that was an All and Create stencil. This is my favorite background technique using the Distress Oxides, paper and some of Finnebear's stuff, more iCraft. I love to mix and match. This was a stamp that my friend Christiana sent me, and this is where I cleaned my stencil from All and Create when I did this page. So yeah, I sprayed through the stencil here and then I blotted the stencil there. So I often do that where I work ahead. So I've got a mini version going at the moment where some of my pages are finished, like that one, for example. And then what I do is I work ahead and I blot and I clean stuff in my book, and then have a whole lot of backgrounds, like where these are offcuts from things that I've stuck in here. This one, Karen, you're gonna absolutely love. Check that out, all that purple. This is from the new Provence line from Stamperia. I just literally at this stage it is just the entire A4 sheet of rice paper glued to my page. This was an experiment with some color spray, the aqua color, but the one with the mica in, so I think you can see the mica. So I quite often will go ahead and prepare a whole lot of backgrounds like I did here where I cleaned my stencil, and then later when I'm looking to do a page, I'll flip through and think, oh, this background speaks to me today, and then I'll work on top of it. So these were die cuts that Christiana sent me. I don't actually have this die. This was a live we all did together when we were doing, this was April 2020 when we were all doing the hops together. This was another one. So I can't believe you've never done a journal. I love working in an art journal. I love playing in it. It's some pages are not necessarily something that you post out there, but you experiment with. It's a safe place to play and experiment. This was another one I did on a live where I think I did this one on a live. Yes, I did. Here again, this background was all about where I cleaned my stencils. So I already had the spray going, And then when I was using crackle paste through something else and I had it all over my stencil, I cleaned it on top of here and it reacted with the distress inks. So again, I just finished it off with some cutouts from some paper, and again, cleaning my stencil over there. This is a page where, again, I have cleaned my stencil and it's not wanting to focus. There we go. And then I've done sprays over the top. So this is not a finished page exactly, but when the inspiration hits me, I will finish it. So this is often how I roll. Again, I was cleaning my stencil here, I cleaned my stencil there, I have sprayed over the top, and it's ready to go. This was another live I did using Stamperia rice papers and stencils. This was a mix. I do believe this one was for when Dreamwoods Butterfly, Terry, we did a live specifically for her, so that was my page I did for her with a lot of embossing folders, die cuts, stencils, stamps. Then we have some Lady Vagabond. This one again is me cleaning my stencil. What I did not realize is I must have closed it a little bit early and it's stuck together, so it's ripped. So, but you know, it's a beginning. It's just a base that I will then work on. And what have we got in between this one? Again, I have a background of Distress Oxide, and then I have clean stencils with crackle through it on top. So again, a background ready to roll. Background done, and then again I cleaned the stencil through it, and one that I taught in a class. So, and then I seem to have one more page or two more pages that I haven't done, but I don't like to do the cover before with a lot of relief like this, because if you look, I've got a lot of stuff on here, because I like my book to be able to sit flat. And I have discovered I don't normally use glitter for this reason, because on my desk now is all the loose guys that have come off here and it's crunchy. So I hope I don't turn your stomachs with the grit noise as I move my book around. So, okay. The stuff I've discovered is worse than glitter. Yes, it's just where to start. So somebody is saying where to start. Yes, you just pull out your stuff and get going. It really is just a safe place to play. You don't have to show it online. You don't have to be, presenting it to the world. That's the nice thing about playing in an art journal. You love a good scrape. Yeah. Nothing can be worse than glitter. Yes, this stuff, these things are worse than glitter, in my opinion. Yeah, when I was putting these on last night, and especially the big guys, I had a box with quite a deep side that I was tipping them into, and they bounce. So they were going, glitter can sort of fall, it doesn't tend to bounce. These things literally are like balls, and they bounce, and they were going in the box and straight out. I might as well have not had the box and just tipped everything straight on my desk. I think it would have been better. But anyway, right, so how am I going to color this? I have some paints here on the sides and some aqua colors, and this one is settled a bit, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a shake. So yes, Nikki, I never thought there would be anything worse than glitter. I only use this chunky glitter because it's heavy, it's glass, and it doesn't sort of fly around and stick to everything. So I do prefer to use that glitter if I'm going to use glitter at all. The hilarious thing is, in the shelf above me, I have an entire display of glitter that I don't use. It just looks pretty. It's nice to have. Right, I'm going to start with the leather aqua color as a base. And because I've done some stencil work at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it under there. So I used gesso through various stencils. So it was a white. You could see it obviously at the beginning because my cover was brown. But what I've decided to do is just get a base of the aqua color on. And hopefully that will show up some of the stencil work. Yes, there it is. You can see it. It's like magic. I don't know if you, I always feel like a grown-up kid when I'm playing at my desk. So what I mean by that is there was a process we used to do at school where you colored the whole page with wax crayons, and then you painted it black, and then you scraped the picture out. And we used to call that black magic. And for me, when I've done sort of the stencil work that I have, as I have underneath here, it's like magic for me when you start putting the colors on and everything comes back, because I know when it was all white, because what I'd actually done is I have primed everything with a primer. Yes, Elizabeth says she doesn't like glitter, and it could be because she worked with kindergarten. Oh my word, yes, I can imagine. So yes, then Elizabeth, this is as bad as this. I mean, they're gorgeous though. The texture you can achieve with these delicious little balls is amazing, but oh my word, my sanity. I decided to prep this last night before I went to bed so it would all be nice and dry, because the other thing that can happen is if you don't allow the glue to dry and everything, when you're trying to paint them now, they're coming loose and bouncing everywhere. So this is something that you kind of have to plan ahead, where you do the gluing, let it dry, especially as aqua color is really, really liquid. If it's not dry properly, these little blighters come loose, and there's one that has come loose. So good morning. Hey, Vina. Yes, Nikki knows what I'm talking about with the black magic, where we colored it and then we would scratch pictures. I've seen that they actually, I know for my son, they're actually ones that you could buy in little kits and packs, and you could, so you didn't have to do the whole messy process. They came already with the colors underneath and a sort of something on top and a little scraper tool, and the kids could scratch their own designs in it. But I think half the fun was making up your rainbow underneath first. Good morning, Sam. I didn't stay up. I went to bed, Sam. I crashed at about, I don't know, I think it was 11:30 my time. Because by then I had been pretty much at my computer most of the day helping out and just supporting everybody who had come to watch and who had joined us, because we are a crew of ladies and a gent. We have David. David is after Sam, who have been doing these lives for people. We pretty much started at the beginning of lockdown as a way to keep ourselves and the rest of the creative world sane by doing lives every Saturday. And we've kind of got a little bit kind of laxy-daisy. We're not doing them so often at the moment, but when this happened, some of the people in our group said, hey, why don't we do this auction, and then to support the auction we'll do a live hop to try and get as many people aware of the auction as possible, to help with the Ukraine situation. So it has been the most incredible 5 days, because we decided this literally 5 days ago, and the support from everybody has been unbelievable. Karen has been manning the behind the scenes for us and approving people. So she's been putting the links. I saw them earlier. So Karen has been putting the links as to where you can, and they're below in the description box. So if you missed them in the chat, they're in the description box. If you want to just donate whatever amount you are able, obviously not this project, but my project that I did live with Tamar earlier in the hop, I will be putting that into the lucky draw. So if you do a donation to the link below and send a screenshot to the email, you will be eligible to go into the lucky draw to win one of the makes that we have made and are putting forward by the live streamers. So there's that's one way that you can participate. So you can donate what you feel you are able. And then, of course, there is the auction, which is happening in a private group over on Facebook. And so when you click that link, you have to just wait a little while till one of the moderators can admit you. Sometimes it's a bit crazy and we get tons and tons and tons of people. Sort of you can click refresh and there's no one to admit, and then you click refresh and there's 25 people sitting there. It's like, whoa, how did that happen? So yes, please just be patient with us as we admit you, and then yes, just keep checking back on that item you want, because I see I did some bidding yesterday, and of course I've been clearly outbid by lots of people, and the auction is running until next Saturday. So we allowed the auction to give everybody a chance to bid. The auction is running till next Saturday, and that is where we are really doing the big fundraising. But if you feel you are not in a financial position to be able to bid or to be able to donate, you can still help. So if you share that auction link on your social media and just let other people know, because of course we all have different audiences. So if you share that auction link on your social media, that is also helping. So you don't have to give a financial donation. You can help us by spreading the word that this is what we are doing to raise funds. So everybody can do their bit. Right, I think I have now got... It's funny how some of this is resisting the color. It's all the same stuff I put on here, and some of it is not. Although I think some of this, I think it might be gel medium that's got on here that is resisting color. I'm just going to give this a blast with my heat gun. I'm going to move this liquid stuff over there. Yes, here is the link. Thank you, Karen, for the auction. And you can just increase the bid by $2. Sorry, I nearly said euros. Yes, Karen has been really, really, really amazing with her support in the chat here with every single live, and manning the Facebook group, and yeah. So I'm just giving this a quick blast because it always dries lighter than you see, especially when it's on. So I've put the primer on, which is a slightly porous surface. I say porous because it's primer yes, it's a sealant, but it's also got a lot of stuff in it to make to give things what we call tooth. I'm sure I'm just reading the chat and I see Sam is saying she's okay, she's just super tired. So Sam was in Budapest for a conference this last week. She got home late last night and she's up next after me. Sam, do you have the link? Do I still need to send you the link? Did Olga send you the link so you can actually get into your own live? Just let me know or I will quickly send you the link. Because you're straight after me. And actually, I think I might jump in, Sam, and keep you company. I'll chat in the background. Jess is so amazing with her ability to sing and make rap things, and I can't imagine. I must have missed whatever the conversation is about Superstar. Yeah, I mean, we keep mentioning Karen because yes, she's been amazing and she's on here all the time because she's been our copy paste queen. But we have Iveta, who has been incredible in staying patient with all of us as we keep chopping and changing our slots and asking questions. Iveta's been the one sort of manning this whole project. She kind of took the reins and ran with it together with Nelly, who also did an incredible amount of admin and number crunching, which is certainly not my forte. So yes, there've been a lot of people behind the scenes who have been incredibly fundamental in getting this whole thing going. You know, there's officially about 20 of us in the group behind the scenes that have been involved in this. So you can imagine when you have 20 different opinions, 20 different ideas, 20 different everythings, there's bound to be 20 different conflicts. But we've all been friends now long enough to be able to know that, you know, when our tempers are frayed, it's not, you know, we're not aiming it at each other. We're just tired. Yeah. So I really want to commend everybody who has been involved in organizing this because it has been monumental to pull together in 5 days. And we still have 6 days to go till next Saturday. The auction is running till next Saturday, so there is still work ahead of us. This isn't the end. David is the end of this 24-hour hop, but that doesn't mean it is the end of the fundraising because that is going all week. Nikki needs a bucket of Pepsi Max. Yes, she has a caffeine addiction. It's just in a different substrate. She doesn't do tea or coffee, Sam. I would not survive. Okay, I'm just trying to kill some of these white areas because I really don't want white down there. White, your eye will go. It's still resisting. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, I'm now going to go over to painting because I have half an hour left. Good morning from Greece. Welcome. Wow, we really are from around the world. Okay, let me just see. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's our way of being able to give back. Because we're not necessarily able to be part of the on the ground help crew, but if we can do this and raise enough funds and send it through to the crew that are on the ground. Okay, I will join you, Sam. I'll hop across straight from here. I'll just be the voice in the background. So yes, I will keep you awake. All right, what else have I missed? Sam's link. Okay, that was Sam's link. Okay, so that's Sam's link for, why is it not showing? Oh, because the chat moved. Okay, so that's the link for you guys to hop on over in half an hour. But no, she needs the actual, the behind the scenes StreamYard link. I'm not sure if she needs that. I think she might have it. Anyway, we will make a plan. If we're a few minutes late, we will turn up. Don't worry. Right. Okay. Now that I have got all the white and you can actually see all the detail going on here, I've used lots of different molds from different themes. So I've got some from, these were two from Antoni's silicone molds. These were the Christmas flowers, I think, or I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure which flowers they were from, but it's a beautiful shallow A5 mold by Stamperia. And then these ones are from the new Alchemy with the numbers and the sun, the moon, and the key with the wings. So I have mixed and matched. And again, the stencils in the background, I've got two of Antoni's different stencils from his SeaWorld range. And this checkerboard is just from a long skinny stencil. I can't show them to you because I dumped them in the water last night in my water tray to soak, and they're still there. Olga is waking up shortly, you hope. Yes, well, poor woman. We won't put any pressure on her. That's fine. She's done an amazing job helping with setting up a whole lot of people's live streams. She was manning the fort at 1 a.m. on my channel for the Australian girls, so she's earned some rest. Good morning, David. David's in the house. Okay, so I'm going with my traditional rusty colors, and as you can see, I don't bother to really clean this little palette. Poor palette. But I wanted just a base of color down, and I used the liquid acrylic because it gets into all the little crevices. So I'm going to hold it up so that you can see see how it gets into all the little, between the little stones and things, because it's much more difficult to do that with the paint. So everybody's saying good morning to David. I'm not even going to wash my brush, and I'm going to go straight into my rest effect. So I use the brown, the brick red, and the orange as my rust effect. The orange I use the least. I'm going to use a little bit of the turquoise because I like to use the turquoise. And if you, this is the piece that I am auctioning. That's in the auction. So you can see these are my go-to colors. The rusty colors with a lot of the blue in the background. So that was my inspiration for the colors that I'm using here today. Yes, as much as I hate the little bouncy balls when they are when I'm using them, I absolutely love the effects you can get with them. So yay, the acrylic is now hiding all the white spots, so I'm just making sure that I get in there. So I know it seems crazy that I might have painted it first with aqua color, and now I'm painting it brown again anyway with the acrylic, but it's just I found it easier because then when I'm doing the acrylic I can concentrate more on the technique than trying to fill all those white spots. I'm using the Stamperia Allegro. It is a paint that dries matte. Let me see, I think I've got some, no, these are both new packaging. It comes in, no, I've got only new packaging on my desk. So yes, it's Allegro. It is a matte acrylic. It has really nice coverage. I quite often don't even bother with primer but because, especially if I'm working on a project that's not going to be handled, I don't bother with primer. So something like a canvas, this paint sticks really, really nicely to plastic, metal, all sorts of things. Where is my... my project I did with Tamar, I even used this paint on the little metal butterfly. So it will stick to pretty much everything. But if it's something that's going to be handled, the paint will scrape off a lot easier if you don't put primer on. So that's why I pre-primed this last night, and got it ready for today, because I didn't want you guys watching me priming it, then painting it brown. It would be like, yeah, watching paint dry. Olga was still on at 2 a.m. when you went to bed. Oh, right. Yes, my mom doesn't need sleep like I do. My mom is a night owl. So, yes, she would have been up at 2 a.m. because the live will have been just finishing then. Hopefully she will surface after a couple of hours. Right, so I'm just doing the brown and I'm just tapping it into all the things, and I'm just going to come this way with the brown, and then I'm going to start working with the other colors. Okay, what looked heavy? I wanted that, but it looked heavy. Not sure what that's about. And yes, Jess, who is Matter of Craft, is saying Karen is amazing. We agree. But you know what? I think everybody's been amazing with this. Everybody's support has been unbelievable. The people who are watching us, the people who are in the auction bidding, some things are at crazy prices already. So when I say crazy prices, it's good. I mean, that money is going to a good cause. So keep it going, people, keep it going. But it's just good to see that even at the beginning of the auction already, people are being generous and right, I think I have enough stuff here. Olga always teases me because she says I can't talk and work. And of course, when you're live, and especially when you're on your own, I have to talk and work. Otherwise, you'd be wondering what on earth I'm up to. Okay, why can't I see any more comments? What's happened here? Okay, there we go. The color palette is so Belinda. Yes, I'm in my happy place. So now I'm taking the brick red. And then, so the crazy thing is, when I taught art in South Africa, one of the things I used to drum into my students was we work from light to dark, because especially the paints that I used to teach with were very translucent. These are incredibly opaque. So translucent means see-through. And so, of course, it was very hard to cover a darker color with a put my teeth back in. Dark color with a lighter color, because there just wasn't the opacity. Whereas with these paints, they are incredibly opaque. So you can literally put any of these colors on top of black and they will work and they will show. It is working backwards, but I do like to have the dark base first, and then bring in my lighter colors, because your lighter colors are the accent and what pops. So, and your eye will always go to the lightest color that it sees. So that's why I was trying to kill all the white that was on here. And for some reason, my camera doesn't show the colors as richly as they are. I know Mom always comes in and she says, can I see the original? Because it doesn't show up very nicely on your screen. And I don't know, I've tried so many different cameras and different lighting effects and everything, and it still seems to wash it out. So I will post a picture of this when it's done so that you can see the actual colors. Good morning from Finland. Harvey's, I know your name's not Harvey. I call you Harvey because I'm dyslexic and there are too many letters in your online name. I think it's Elsa or Elise or something. I think you did tell us your name. Welcome back. So after me is Sam, and after Sam is David, and then the 24-hour live hop is over. But as I said, the auction is still going, so that's for another week. Right, I'm going to have to just hold this up and see if I have missed any spots. Right, let's hold it up. Yes, there's lots of white spots when I hold it up like that. Okay, so we will just paint like this for a bit. Emilia, thank you. It is Emilia. So let's just get everything into there. I'm allergic to white spots. Because the thing is, this is something that gets handled. So, of course, when people pick it up, they will be able to see. I think maybe I need a smaller brush to get in there. Or maybe I need some liquid acrylic to pour in there. Let's just grab some of this liquid acrylic. I just must remember not to wash my brush in my coffee cups, because I have two. Let me just finish this one. Okay. My dear hubby did make me, we call it stacking. We stacked the coffee cups this morning. So he made me one that I was already busy drinking, and then he's made me a second one to keep me sane. Right, I think I've caught all the bits. Two, I need 8. Good morning, Olga's in the house. Okay, I'm just going to pop Karen's email a message on the screen for a minute. So yes, if you want to just donate whatever you want, an amount that you feel you can afford, and then send a screenshot of that to this email, unitedcrafty@gmail.com, and then you will be entered into the draw for you might adopt that diagnosis. Too allergic to white spots. Yes. No, you're not alone. So yes, if you send that screenshot to that email, then you will go into the lucky draw to win one of the pieces that have been, some of the pieces that have been made today. Obviously not this one. This is my personal art journal that I'm working on here. But the other piece that I did, which I don't know where I put it. I took a photograph of it. Oh, there it is. Hang on, let me just go get it. It's just across the studio. This is a piece I made earlier in Belinda colors. And it is quite dimensional, so I hope it travels well, although these are quite bendy. So yeah, I will package it nicely. So this is the piece that if you donate and email in, that will go into the lucky draw. So right, I think I have managed to, oh no, there are more little white spots. Kill the white spots. Right, now I'm going to bring in some orange. Yes, Olga needs to go and get some coffee, I'm sure. Popcorn brain piece, yes. Or exploding brain, or thoughts. The butterfly is the flyaway thought. You know, you often have those flyaway things where you have a thought and you just never see it again. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I have lots of those, especially when I'm going to the kitchen to fetch something and I get there and I can't remember why. And then I come back to the studio, I'm like, why did I go to the kitchen again? And then my mom sits in the lounge, which is between my it's on my path between walking from my studio to the kitchen, and I'll walk past her going, plastic bag, plastic bag, plastic bag, plastic bag, because I had emptied my dustbin earlier and then forgotten to bring a plastic bag back. So you know, every time I go to the kitchen, I'll get distracted by some washing up that needs doing, or coffee making, or something else, and I'll get back here to my studio and didn't get the plastic bag. So yes, that flyaway thought. Yes, Peculiaris, who is Nama, is saying she always finds more white spots after the paint is dried, and that's because when the paint is wet, it's shiny, so you often just think that highlight is just wet paint, when in fact it's actually a gap. So yes, you always have to dry it and then come back. So right, what I'm busy with here, and I have 15 minutes, is so I always like to have my, in inverted commas, sunshine, my highlight coming from this side. So I always have my orange and lighter colors on this side of my canvas or project. So this being a mixed media piece, there isn't, you know, sort of a specific, you know, it's not a still life or something, but I still like to have the light and dark because it makes it more visually interesting in my mind. So I have put a lot of orange on, and one of the things that you will find with these paints is they dry lighter than you see, and they tend to disappear. So the colors you put on, you often think to yourself, I'm sure I put more color on than that. You probably did, but it will kind of disappear when it dries. So let's dry this and read some comments and have my second coffee. Yes, Karen is, I think she's going to sleep for 24 hours after this. Watching me paint is very relaxing. Yes, and in fact, painting it is very relaxing. It's kind of like therapy. I suppose that's why they came up with a thing called art therapy. I know I haven't used the turquoise yet, but I'm probably going to use that just at the end as a sort of a highlight. So what I want to do, which is why I'm drying it, is I want to put the waxes on because that's also going to help bring out more of the details. Package it really well for a trip to New Zealand. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where all the things go. We've had amazing support from around the world. So we've had you in New Zealand, we've had Australia, we've got, you know, Venus, part of our behind the scenes crew as well, who's been helping out, and she's in Indonesia. We've got a huge crew of girls in America. That's where Karen and Jess and Nikki and everybody are from. We've got people in the UK. So yeah, there's going to be, I wish we could track everything. Can you imagine if we could show, like, for example, if my parcel is going to New Zealand and somebody else's parcel is going to, I don't know, from London to New York, and somebody else's parcel is going from, you know, from India, because we've got a DT in India, from India to, I don't know, Timbuktu. It would be so cool if we actually, I think we should do that. We should do like a from where to where poster of where all our projects travel to. That would be really cool. Yes, where your apron ends up. I know, isn't it cool? So yeah, Aditi's in the chat. Aditi's from India, and I always find it so funny because I had no idea until I met Aditi and so on online. But there's some of the time zones are with a half an hour difference. So like I think Aditi, you 3.5 or 5.5 hours different from where we are here in Europe. I really find that fascinating. Right, so now we have, you can see how, I don't know if you can see because the color isn't showing up as well, but it tends to blend into itself and kind of disappear. So now I'm going to grab my brush and my gold wax, and I'm going to highlight on this side. So I'm going to hold it up a bit. I hope it's dry enough. And it will pick up even the texture in the background. Let's put it on the side of me. And let's get this liquid stuff, which is, there we go. Okay, so I love how it picks up all the details. So like there where you couldn't really see what that image was under the paint, as soon as you put the wax on, there comes the sun. Da, 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 da. It's all right. Now I'm turning into Jess. Singing on my live. Okay, let's pick up some of the stencil work that's under there. And yes, these things are popping off like glitter. Look at my desk. It's covered in little tiny things. It's almost as bad as walking on Lego, I must just tell you. So I will put my shoes on. Picking up all the details there. Right, and I'm going to come across here. How much time have I got? I've got 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Now I want, and I didn't get it on my desk, I'm going to grab the copper. And so I'm just going to turn it upside down because I'm right-handed and it's easier. Oh, and look, there's white spots, but we will fix that later. So let's get the copper here where I can reach it. And bring out all the details on this side. So I'm using a darker color wax because I want the highlight side and the darker side. But I want to use the wax just to bring out all the delicious details that are both in the background with the stencil work that I did and in all the molds. So you can see how it's bringing out that stencil work, all the lovely grit that I'm moaning about all over my desk, but it's delicious on the canvas, on the project. Yeah, there goes another one. Right. Yes, you can still see the fabric texture because the book, this is a German brand, and it is a fabric cover. And yes, it's picking that up as well. Oh, it's a pleasure for the inspiration. Elizabeth. An absolute pleasure. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, so I'm just going to pick up the details like that. And then, so I know I haven't used my turquoise at this stage. Oh, let's get all these guys out of the way. Half my project on my desk. I'd kid. Okay, right. So now I like that, but it kind of needs a bit of focus, I think. So I might use a little bit of my favorite paint by Finn. It's the Ginger Magic. It's incredibly shiny. And I think I'm going to just bring it in on these highlights, and this brush is too small. I need a big, flat, fat brush. Okay, let's go with this one because I really want to clip the surface. I have 5 minutes. Greetings from Germany. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, Gabby. So I'm going to just really pick up some really nice shine. This Ginger Magic, it's part of Finn's Sparks line. It's really shiny. It is what I used on here to make the extreme highlights and the extreme contrast, like over there as well. So I will just bring out a whole lot of shimmer and shine down the middle and even on those little balls, because they pick it up beautifully. So there you can see a little bit more of the shine. Again, I'm gonna have to take a photograph. And I'm gonna hop onto Sam's live because she's 4 minutes. I will be hopping over into Sam's live. So I will carry on while I chat to her behind the scenes. I'll let her have full screen. And yeah, I'm probably going to grab some of this turquoise just so that you can see if you guys are disappearing after the stream. Grab some of this turquoise. I'll probably bring some in here and there. Probably this brush is too big, but yeah, and this brush needs a wash. So I will probably do some turquoise, something like that. And just, yes, we need a clean brush. Good thing I have 1,000,001 brushes. I will grab, no, not that one. Let's grab this one. This one's great for getting into little crevices. So I will grab this one. And yes, I will build up some turquoise around some things. But as I say, I will be posting a picture on my social media, so you will get to see it finished. But that's where I'm going with this. Right, I have 1 minute left and I am going to disappear and I will resurface with Sam. Bye for now. End broadcast. Yes. Yes.